Okay, we're talking about a really fun drill that we do. We're adding Kali in with the firearms. We're talking about handgun retention, and this is just a good drill. So we're looking at the Sagung Labo drill. All right, so basically we're looking at, this is my individual first hack. Then I'm going to hack here, and then I'm going to grab the elbow of the partner. All right, so Ryan goes forward, and he goes to grab a hold of whatever. He's got a knife, he's stabbing, whatever. So my first one is I'm hacking here. The second is I'm hacking, and the third is I'm grabbing a hold of the elbow, and I feed him. So he hacks with this arm, and he hacks with the second, and he grabs my elbow, and then he feeds me again. So hack, hack, grab, and hack, hack, grab. Now where we're using this, the firearms, we're using the speed rock, and my speed rock is a little bit different. A lot of people like to bring the speed rock here and come this direction. But if I do, and he's real intent on killing me, he could easily push my muzzle off this direction here, and now I have to change it, and he's got a hold of my weapon. And if I fire, I'm going to go back on my heels, and I have a problem. If I try to get two hands on here, it even causes more of a problem, because now I'm going to shoot my own hand. So what I like to do is I like to orientate my body to the side, first off. So I turn my hips away from the threat, my hand comes up, and this hand is not trying to stop this individual. It's actually being easier for him if I put my elbow up, because if he could just push my elbow and go to the rear and grab my gun. If I push my hand out further, it's easier for him, because for me to try to get a hold of him and shoot him, it's much more difficult. So I'm pretty much just taking my support hand and getting it out of the way of trying to stop this individual. So he goes for my weapon, I turn my body sideways, I draw, and it's right here. It's just out of the holster, and two shots here. Keep my hand up here again so it doesn't interfere with my muzzle. So this is what I'm looking at here. So again, he goes to grab my gun. I turn and I fire from here. Now from here, this position, I could come over, I could strike, I could fire more, get two hands on the weapon, whatever the situation is. But when we're talking about smell your breath distance, 0 to 3 feet, what I want to do is I want to get him away from my weapon, right? But again, I'm not relying on this hand to strike or anything, because he can easily swing me aside and flank and grab my weapon. So I want to stay and keep him pretty much here and not going behind me. So again, that's what, real quick here, engage, and I'm creating the distance here at this point, because my hands here cause issues. So back to our drill. So he goes to grab 1, 2, 3, and I'm going right to my draw stroke, firing 2 shots, go back to my holster, I feed him 1, 2, 3. He does the same, right? He comes to me 1, 2, 3, clear, turn, fire, fire, back into my holster from here. And again, this could be a blade. So if he had, just happen to have a trainer here, so he has a blade and he's coming at me. That first one is I'm hacking to try to solve this problem. The second, I'm removing this here, and then I want to put 2 hands on this weapon system to where I'm coming in close, right? Even if I was drawing a weapon from here, I would go from here, and again, there's my 0. Now I've got this arm I have to contend with. So I'd either shoot low in here, or I would go this way and come behind him, right? But again, this is the problem that I have to contend with. I don't necessarily want to have this gun out while he's got this knife cutting me, doing all kinds of things. I want to answer this with 2 hands first before I go ahead and do this. So again, Sagung Labo looks just like this. It goes for a thrust, 1, 2, 3, and then I thrust to him, 1, 2, 3. Comes to me, 1, 2, 3, and again, this could be me drawing my blade. So as I'm working from here, right? I could work in pakal, so it comes at me again. Here's my pakal, the stab here, 1, 2. This could be coming in this way as I'm answering from here, right? And then feeding him again. So 1, hack, 2, 3, and then he comes to me, 1. Again, this could be me drawing my blade if it's on my right side. It's on my support side. If I go from here, and I'm drawing a blade from this side here, then I could be going this way and answer here. All right, so the way that looks is it comes to me, here's my 1, my 2, here's my 3, cutting up, doing whatever I need to do, draw. The nice thing about the karambit is that I can now flip it and then put 2 hands on the weapon and then engage if I want to. Again, why would I draw my weapon if he's right in front of me and I have a knife? If he's got a buddy that's coming, or if there's multiple assailants, then I would go from this position here where I'm drawing. So again, he goes to stab. I'm going to do the hack here, grab my weapon, stab here, or I have my support hand, this position, grab my weapon, and go this direction, or my gun, whatever it is. Empty hands, we go back and it looks just like this. So he comes at me here. Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so just the way that looks. So we're going to spin it around just so you can see the arms here. So he comes at me. So 1, 2, and 3. Again, if he was the bad guy and he was grabbing his weapon here, I could grab a hold of his weapon and stop him. Or come in here, control, and go this way. So it's a really good drill. Again, you're using 2 hands, 1, 2, and then this is my third hand to control, 0 pressure, do whatever it is I need to do, draw, and answer the situation. This one is kind of like a stalemate situation. All right, so I'm carrying a firearm, I have it in my holster, and the threat has a weapon. All right, so he sees me going for my gun, and he's going to stop me in that aspect, or in the process of me trying to stop the threat. So he stabs me. We do the same thing. I'm going from here, and I go to grab, again, fire and grip, and he stops me here. So now we're in the stalemate situation. All right, so I don't want to get stabbed because he has all these targets down here that he can attack, right? Femoral, all this stuff, zipper, center line, throat. So I'm trying to keep this off. And I went to the gun, and again, going from a knife to a gun, that's kind of one of the concerns. So as I go from here, now what I want to do is I want to go underneath the arm, what I call under the tunnel, but I can't lift up because he's pushing me down, right? He's pushing down so I don't pull the gun up. So what I want to do is I want to drop, and as I drop and drop my hip, now that actually aids in me pulling the weapon out of my holster. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to underneath, and again, away from the threat, as I use my body and pop up underneath, and I control, and if you look at the front, I get a seatbelt hold on that blade here. Now I can use this to engage or whatever it is that I need to do. If it was another situation here to where he was the bad guy, right? And I'm in this situation. Okay, so he goes to grab a hold of me. I go in here. From here, you got to grab a hold of my hand.
Okay.
So this position, and he grabs a hold of this. This could be an issue here, right? So as I'm going here and I move, I could go from here, drop, and I could access his weapon system and fire from here. All right, so that could be an option that I use this under the tunnel technique for as well. But where I like to use it is I'm the good guy, he's the bad guy. He comes at me with the knife. We're doing Sagung Labo, the same thing. I go to grab a hold of it, and he changes it. He slides his hand back, so I have control here. And again, I drop my hips out, I drop up, and I come around and answer my problem here. I could here, have multiple options, right? Probably one of these things here, and then engage. So it kind of depends on what you want to do. All right, work that technique.